Thank you so much for those words, Taylor. I want to thank you all for. Thank you so much for those words, Taylor. I want to thank you all for voting me in 3 years ago, for giving this nameless woman, or this name that you couldn't really pronounce, for allowing me to use my gifts in preaching and leading in trauma healing. But I've shared this before. The minute I said yes, everything went wrong in my life. Lost many families in the past 3 years. Then there was the pandemic, and then there was a whole bunch of racial violence. You know, I questioned whether I should stay or should leave, or should I continue to serve, or should I just allow grief to overtake me? But over and over again, I was led to Psalms 46:5. God is within her, she will not fall. Now, it's not because I'm unbreakable that I wouldn't fall, because I am breakable, because I'm human. And there's stuff inside of us that happens when trauma happens. And so I know that this body here can be broken. But that psalm reminded me that God, when God is within you, there's something that happens that even in your darkest hours, you are able to continue to go on and move on. And that's what he did in the past 3 years. God was within me, and I'm still standing. And I want to thank the previous team that was here, Mark, Beth, Liz, thank you. There were times I just didn't feel like leading and being a part of the team. They loved on me. They sent gift cards, food cards, candles. They prayed for me, and so I thank you all. They saw me and my gifts, and they continued to lean on me and continue to encourage me to serve. So I thank you all. And it reminded me that pain does not disqualify us from serving. If anything, it changes you. And if you do your work, it can help you serve more authentically, more passionately, more graciously, and even more mercifully. Because that's what pain can do. And this current team, thank you all for listening to all my rants about being a woman, being a Black woman in ministry, and why we need to be mindful of things we're proposing and how they impact us. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being a sounding board. Thank you for allowing me to let meetings be awkward at times. So thank you, because I truly believe when Black women are free, we all have a chance at freedom as well. And I've learned so much from this role. I mean, I think I'm finally getting to know all the acronyms and what they stand for. I think I'm finally getting to that point. And for those of you who are questioning whether you should serve or not, it is a hard position to serve in, but it does allow you to learn about this denomination, who we are and what we stand for and what is the center of the denomination. Yes, we're going through changes, but who haven't gone through changes? We've been here before. It may be this issue today. It might be another issue tomorrow. The test is, can we weather this storm? Can we stand firm, and can we continue to move forward? And can we allow God to use us and shape us and mold us through this time? And I want to leave you with some helpful pointers that I've learned through these 3 years. The first one is, do your work as pastors. You are humans. You have to do your work. You have to create a community around you that can hold you accountable, and not just the yes people. We have a lot of yes people who they need to do their own work too, because if they did their own work, they wouldn't say yes to you all the time, right? You need to have some people that can hold you accountable. And then you need to have some counselors and spiritual directors and these people that can just help you walk this journey and be healthy and serve well and love well. So do the work. It's easier if you do the work, because cleaning up is hard work. I'm telling you, trust me, I see it all the time. The second thing I want to share is that Black people are not a monolith. We're not just this one group of people with the same thought and, we think the same, we feel the same. Minority people all together. We're not a monolith, right? We need to do our work too. And here's why. We all have been faithful students of white supremacy. We have been taught to make our white brothers and sisters feel comfortable. We have been taught to not move too loud around many of them. Now, even now saying this, I'm managing my trauma response right now, the response of distress, of who will be upset with me, who will cancel me, who will block me because I just said white supremacy. Even some of my sisters and brothers of color may be upset with me because they want to stay low, under the radar. They don't want to create havoc or any issues. And they're like, don't talk about these things. And so I'm managing lots of trauma response right now as I share these things. We're not all one. There's diversity within diversity. You know that, right? And this is why it's important to not just have one of us at the table, because one of us is not representative of all of us, right? So we need to create room for more than just one of us at the table. And to my sisters and brothers of color, you deserve to be here. Don't question that. You need to be here. You need to take up space, and you're not here by accident. The ECC is for you too. So I need you to, that's right. So I need you to lead boldly, lead courageously, lead graciously, lead mercifully, and lead loudly. I also need you all to tell your sisters and brothers to get credentialed. I know it's harder for many of us, but I need you to knock on some doors, talk to your churches, talk to your superintendents, and tell them we need to get credentialed. Because what we are kind of slow into knowing is that being here at the table means something, right? And we're just now learning that. So I need you to talk to your sisters and brothers and let them know, bruh, we need to get credentialed. To the women who have gone before us, thank you. Thank you so much. I see you. I see all of you. And I appreciate your sacrifices over the years so that I can stand here. So thank you. I love you. And to the men among us, know your social power and leverage it well to ensure that all God's children are able to flourish. Don't lead over us, but lead with us. It was a white male pastor in Texas who understood this, who made room for me to serve, to get credentialed, advocated for me, put some money where his mouth was. And so I want to thank Mark in Texas. I know he's not here today, but I want to thank him for seeing me and making room for me so that I could be here today. So make room for other voices. Don't be afraid or be threatened by other voices. If anything, be encouraged that God is bringing more people into the kingdom, bringing women, qualified women, beautiful women, and women that can make us bolder and stronger for the kingdom of God. God is doing something new right now, and we need to make room for that. Second to last, we are friends serving the same God. And I want you to look around you. I want you to humanize each other. I like using that word because sometimes we say things because we act as if we're not humans, that we don't have skin, flesh and bones, and we don't hurt. I want you to look at each other and humanize each other and love one another. And the last thing I'll say is, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul. And love your neighbor as yourself. And serve God graciously, sacrificially, and mercifully. I love you all. Thank you all so much for 3 years.